Hey everyone, Scott Johnson with Pitt Homebuyers here. We have this really important article that we just posted today, why right now is the time to sell your land here in Greenville. And I kind of wanted to go over a couple of the points, kind of give you a little bit of commentary on it. Because, what we're seeing now is we're seeing a really fast market when it comes to houses and, newly built homes, pre-existing. As soon as something comes on the market, it's gone. But what are we looking at with land? If the land isn't in the right place at the right time, how do you know you can move it and for the price that you want? Well, a lot of stuff is going on in our local economy, but here are a couple of things that we wrote about. Reduced demand. So, in times of reduced demand when it comes to land, you're going to find it difficult to find a buyer because you also have to look at it and say, okay, what did I originally buy it for? Did I buy it for building a house? Did I buy it for, logging? Did I buy it for whatever, right? Now you have to think ahead and say, okay, well, how is this going to be marketed to another person? What do they want to do? So on and so forth. On top of that, if you're listing it with a realtor, you're going to have those costs that are associated with it as well. Also, thinking about better uses of the cash that's currently locked into the property. Now, what do I mean cash is locked into the property? Well, what I mean is, let's just say you bought a piece of land for cash, right? Just flat out, or maybe you inherited it from somebody, all right? So that property is worth a certain amount, let's say, I don't know, just random off the cuff, $50,000. Well, that $50,000 is locked, okay? Real estate as an investment is exceedingly slow. Okay, it's not like the stock market where you can, pop in, pop right back out, do the whole day trading thing. That doesn't happen with real estate, just at its core nature. With land, that is doubly so. Okay, so let's just say you have $50,000 worth of land. That's the value of it. Well, in order to, let's say, use it for a trip or invest it in something else that you want to invest it in, or pay for a kid's college. All right, maybe you have a son or daughter that's going to be going to college. All right, so taking that cash out and selling it is going to take some time, but it can maybe be put to better use. All right, offloading the costs. Now, the nice thing about land is that there's not a whole bunch of costs associated with it, but at the same time, if you're holding land for years, or maybe you inherited it from a family member who passed away, and maybe you're just the only heir. Maybe it's simple like that, which in a lot of times it's not. And you're still having to foot those costs. So let's say you have to pay $1,000, $2,000 a year for taxes. Well, and compound the fact that if you have to talk to family members and say, hey, listen, I don't want to be the only one paying for this, it could get messy. On top of that, let's say you are having to keep it mowed. If it's inside of city limits and you've got to keep it mowed per local, ordinances, then you've got to pay to have it mowed. Those costs stack up. On top of that, the biggest cost you're losing out on, and I'm just going to kind of revert back to better use for your cash, is lost time. Time that money that's locked in that property could be, better invested and it could be creating more money for you. But since it's not, it is locked in there, then it's not producing that extra income, right? Also, it's kind of just there. It's kind of there. There's a couple ways to actually make money with land. Like I said earlier, you could log it. If you've got trees up there, contact a logging company, have them do it. I think it's every 15 years or so. I'm not super knowledgeable in that, but I have resources if you guys are interested. But every 15 years or so, the trees can be logged to a certain extent to get some cash out of that. All right. Also, you could, if it's in the middle of a city and someone wants to sell their wares on that property, maybe just do a pop-up tent. You can say, hey, come on, pay me this much a month, and you can hop on there. Or the most common one here in the Pitt County area, farming, right? So you could also lease that property out to farmers so that they can make money off that as well. And so that is a source of income for you. All right. But the biggest thing is that ultimately things change. All right, so things in your life may have changed. You may have bought the property and said, this is what I want to do with it. And then it's kind of like if I go to the store, right? I go to the store and I buy something. I'm like, oh my God, I need this. This is something I'm definitely going to use, right? And then I buy it. And then it ends up in the attic with all my other crap that I need to throw out. And why? Because I kind of lost interest in it. Or maybe it wasn't exactly what I needed. Maybe I had to actually find something else that was going to work better for me. I mean, you may have purchased the property not realizing that it could not be built on because it wouldn't pass a perk test. All right, maybe you wanted to make a construction build. You wanted to build a commercial building on it, maybe to have a car shop or whatever you'd like to do, but you found out that you couldn't because it wasn't zoned appropriately and you could not get the zoning request through. There's a lot of different reasons, but ultimately your goals change. It happens. So if you are sitting on land that maybe you inherited or that you purchased a long time ago and you're just paying the taxes and everything on it, then Pitt Home Buyers is ready to buy. We are looking for properties all in Pitt County or pieces of land throughout Pitt County. So be sure to hit the little link below, give us a call, and let us tell you, hey, here's what we can offer you for your land, and here are some other options that we have. We have some brokers that we actually work with. Talk to them too. But just call and get some information. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to this, and be sure to read the article. If you have any questions, you can actually just hit contact us and send us a note. All right, thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.